Peace. This is a meat and potato sorcery production starring myself, the Water Alchemist, and today, for the occult family, I come to you with a message entitled Pitfalls of the Empath. What is an empath? An empath is someone that is strongly driven by their intuition. There's someone that, even when a word has not been spoken, they can pick up energy very well. Whether they come into a room or they even hear the tone of someone's voice. They can tell if they're happy, elated, going through the motions. They feel all these things and it can hit them like a fist. It can hit them like a punch. Their intuition and their empathy is so strong for someone's what they're going through. It's so strong they can just pick up. The intuition is so heavy. The energy is so heavy. So here's how you can tell if you are an empath. I already stated case one. Second, you have a love of nature. Third is you can be in crowds, but crowds can overwhelm you. And this sometimes, it doesn't mean that you're not capable of speaking or handling yourself in certain situations, but the energy is so much that if it's too pervasive, it can drain you. And this can lead to oversleeping. You also have a kinship, even if you're not the greatest animal lover, you have so much empathy for animals that even if you see a commercial of animals being abused on the news, it does something to you. So let's check. And I want you to do this. Is your intuition strong? If it is, check. Do you have an unspoken communication with people? Like you can just pick up on their vibe and their energy without them saying a word. If so, check. Do you have a love of nature and you just feel exhilarated when you're by water or by trees? Check. Identifying with animals? Check. Now here are the pitfalls. Sometimes with the empath, they love so hard. The danger or the pitfall that an empath know that they can fall into is that they can love someone so much that they lose their individuality and their sense of self in the relationship. In other words, the needs of the partner become primary to the point that they ignore their own needs. And the empath sometimes suffers from what I call martyrdom. Here's a way I can put it like this. Let's say that you talk to a friend, and let me say this very clearly. There's red flags even in so-called friendships. Let me make that crystal clear. But you will always have that one friend that come to you, they vent, they want to talk about all their problems and this, that, and the other. And then when you're hoping that they'll reciprocate, they only allow you to touch on your problems. But they got like hours to talk about what they're going through. Don't be a martyr. That's a pitfall you can fall into as an empath. You want to be self-sacrificing. Don't do that. And I also want to stress this as another pitfall besides the relationships, whether it's personal or romantic. So another thing that I want to talk about is that be very careful when you're around negative energy, because one of the things with an empath, when they take on negative energy, sometimes it will build, because remember, you're a generator. So when someone's so negative and they come at you with this, what ends up happening is that you can subconsciously put something in your head, their energy, and you can lash out at others who have not done anything wrong to you. In other words, pick and choose the individuals that you allow in your empathic circle. So, what's some tips that I can give for someone that is an empath? 1, these are the crystals that will help filter out that energy. Write this down. Clear quartz or rose quartz. Black tourmaline, which I discussed in an earlier video, and amethyst, especially if it's purple amethyst. These are some crystals that you can get. Exercises that you can engage in that will help you. Breathing. 1. Second is meditation. And the third, go buy water. If you're an empath, you will be drawn to nature, plants and water like a moth to flame. So I discussed the pitfalls and I gave some suggestions. So with that, that is your meat and potatoes sorcery for the day. I'm the Water Alchemist. Be water, my friend. Peace.